Making someone else's life better, you're wasting your time. Your life will become better by making other lives better. Ever since this whole coronavirus thing started going down, I felt like the world is crashing around me and the problems are too big for me to do anything about them, so I should just curl up in a ball and cry. But then I found a local organization that gives me something positive to put my energy towards. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something important for the world. I shouldn't have been worried about the world's big problems that there's no chance I'm going to be able to do anything about them, when I could have just been focusing on something smaller, like in our community. You'd have to start small and then go somewhere with it. The organization is called School Fuel, and they provide low-income students at San Marcos Consolidated ISD with food for the weekends. They're always accepting volunteers and are the perfect organization for a Texas State student to get involved with. They also accept donations of any amount if you're, not in town at the moment. I've not had a chance to volunteer for this organization yet, but I did to speak with the organization on Facebook, and I've done other research on School Fuel as well as how a child's access to food affects their ability to learn and the psychological benefits of contributing to a good cause. These kids are at a high risk of having little to no food at home, and they need food to learn. It's been proven that kids need food to learn properly, and the problem of these kids needing food to learn is solved by contributing to this organization. It won't only make these kids' lives better, it will also make your life better and the lives of everyone in the community better as a whole. It might sound cheesy, but it really does feel good to do good. However, despite the good feelings you may experience, it's important to not forget the sad realities of why these children need your help in the first place. Access to food heavily affects a child's education, and children should not be worried about when the next time they're going to eat is, when they should be worried about their next spelling test, or if their friends are able to come outside and play with them. According to the School Fuel website, 75% of the students at their school qualify for reduced or free lunch, which means these students are at risk for having little to no food at home. There also have been studies to show that students that experience hunger have lower performance levels. And according to volume 135 of the Journal of Nutrition, the association between academic outcomes and childhood food scarcity are significant in boys and girls. However, in our community, we do not have to just sit around and just let these things happen without doing anything about it. This organization makes it an easy way to contribute to our community, and these kids need food to learn to the best of their ability, and they shouldn't be worried about when they're going to eat again. According to the San Marcos Daily Record, teachers report School Fuel makes vast difference in the child's ability to learn and achieve their potential. And Wilder research says that their access to nutrition enhances students' psychology, well-being, reduces aggression, and school suspensions. This organization really is a glimmer of hope for these children. They get to experience school without the pang of hunger. School Fuel has continued to work pretty much the same ever since the virus happened, except they do have to have lower levels of volunteers because they only can have 10 people in a building at a time, so they have to do separate shifts, and the delivery process is a little different. So even through the pandemic, this organization has been able to continue doing what they do, but they could do more for these kids, and they can always do more for these kids, and these families need your help more than ever. So it's always good to give back as much as possible. According to Save the Children, donating to charities will improve self-esteem and self-worth. And according to a Harvard article, volunteer work leads to higher satisfaction in life in general. It seems selfish to want to have benefits out of something like this. Like, it's gonna, like, oh, I'm doing it because it benefits me. But, like, the reason that it makes you feel good is because you are empathetic towards these children. And it does feel good to help people. And people shouldn't feel like selfish for feeling good about it. It's overall a good thing, and people get the good feels from all kinds of things, so why not use those good feels to an advantage and do something good for the world and also receive good feelings from it. In conclusion, the world has been turned upside down, and you shouldn't just curl into a ball and do nothing about it. Kid food insecurity in our community is a huge thing, and this organization is here to help them. It is the best way to be able to get food to these kids is to just give as much love to this organization as possible. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make good things happen, the world will fill with hope. You will fill yourself with hope. That is a quote by Barack Obama. If you have extra time or extra money, it would be awesome if you could donate or volunteer for this charity. It would not only do a lot of good for these kids, but also for the community as a whole.